If you're living in a small apartment, it's probably inevitable that you are dealing with a small kitchen. And while my kitchen didn't always look like this because I have made some improvements to make it look a lot nicer, there are still improvements that need to be made. And I'm going to walk you through a few small things I'm doing to improve my apartment that might be a really great idea for you to improve yours. Whether that's aesthetically pleasing, better comfort, more functionality. I know that there are so many small DIYs that you can do at home or with the help of a tasker to improve your tiny apartment and make it feel a lot bigger and better. Last year, me and my husband made a DIY kitchen island, and then we needed stools because we only had chairs. So we bought these just as a quick purchase because we needed something fast. And I've decided that it's time to add a cushion to the top to make them a little bit more comfortable. And I'm going to do that with some really easy stuff. A foam pad that's in the shape of a circle. We might have to cut this down a little bit. And just some basic fabric. We don't need very much. And finally, a staple gun. That's it. So first things first, I traced the outline of this so that I can trim this down. Okay, so next I cut a piece of fabric that is way bigger than we need. Okay, so now we've got a really good base for all these different parts. So now at this point, I'm going to take any of these little sections in between and do a little fold. Like this. And then another one. Whatever excess we have. Now we're to the point where we can cut off the excess and then do all of the remaining openings, some more staples just to keep it really secure and in place. Beautiful. One of the other projects I've been very excited about redoing in the kitchen, very small project, is actually changing the design of this little space behind my spices. So I'm going to do that today just by taking down all the spices, wiping it clean, and then painting a base coat of a red color that I already have in the apartment, so it kind of feels like it ties together. And just as a little hack, I'm just gonna leave it there and paint over it because again, this is a temporary rental apartment. And then one day when we move out, I'll just peel off the wallpaper and then it'll be back to the way it was before. So taking these out first. Okay, it's really dirty in here, so we're gonna wipe it down before I do any more painting. Also just keeping in mind that I will try to be very careful near the edges so that, again, none of this paint ends up seeping onto the real wood that's below. Okay, while I wait for this space to dry, I'm going to tackle the counter. I'm going to need to be fixing this countertop cover. When I first moved in, there was a very dark, very ugly linoleum countertop. So I covered it up with this contact paper, and while 3 years ago it looked really nice and clean, it's now peeling up at the edges. I'm trying to cover it up with as many items as possible, and it's just not working anymore. So I'll be replacing that. So I tried pulling up a few pieces just to see how it would go, and it's coming up in kind of small chunks. So I think what I need to do is try to heat it up a little bit with a hairdryer, and hopefully it'll come up a bit easier. So it's finally all off. This is the contact paper I chose. I think it's gonna look really nice with the white. I have my squeegee and I have my box cutter, and this will help me trim each section. My kitchen countertop is quite small, but obviously in the center, we have some sections where I will need to kind of trim it and make it a smaller piece to go around here. So we'll see how this goes. I have a feeling I'm going to do it in a few pieces. Now I'm going to peel off the back. I'm going to try to get down this first layer by peeling this off. Oh wow, it's sticking to the old stuff, so just be aware of that. It's just getting that first part down that's always really tough, but we did it, we're in place here, and now I can keep rolling with pulling up the back and letting small portions of it down onto the counter. Made it to the edge, and this is where the knife comes into play. So this is how the counter turned out. I'm so pleased with it. It really just brings together the color of this kitchen a lot better. I think this was a great, easy DIY that I did within a couple hours at home. Let's talk about this countertop. So I actually made this out of a dresser. The base is a dresser that I had from an old bedroom set. What we realized very quickly was how much the side sinks down because it doesn't have additional support. So I would like to add some support beams underneath here. So I was able to buy these at Home Depot and they come with no finish on them. So I'm gonna paint them red to match the space. This is gonna be an awesome part of my multi-part DIY kitchen upgrade series. Each piece of my kitchen DIY projects, from adding a little extra comfort to these stools, to making sure that the table was level with the new spindle, upgrading my spice cabinet design, and of course replacing the countertop. Each piece of this puzzle was important in making this kitchen makeover feel very all-encompassing. I didn't realize how badly it needed it until it was all finished. I hope that you have a good time at home trying some of these DIYs on your own, or if you need a little extra help, hire a tasker via TaskRabbit because I'm sure that they will be there to help you. Good luck on your kitchen DIYs.